The last 2 weeks, we've talked about using Copilot as your strategy consultant and thinking partner, and how to gather up all that juicy, high-quality insight into one beautifully formatted Word document so it doesn't vanish into the same digital haystack we're all trying so hard to tame. Well, hold the presses. Because we may have just stumbled onto something that could revolutionize even that already awesome process of capturing and organizing your Copilot strategy gold. The Word document method is still fantastic, don't get me wrong, but this week, we found something even better. Something that doesn't just gather the thinking, it shapes the thinking. Let me introduce you to Copilot Notebooks. And before anyone listening clenches up thinking this is about to get all techie, relax. I'm talking to you, the business owner, the department manager, the person who's trying to steer a ship with too many moving parts and too many people asking for 5 minutes of your time. This isn't a tech episode, this is a strategy and clarity episode. Because I'm starting to believe Copilot Notebooks might be a genuinely revolutionary game changer for people who do strategy, run projects, or make decisions for a living. Microsoft quietly made major improvements to Copilot Notebooks just this past November and December. We always knew notebooks were a thing, but until this week we just hadn't dug into them. Frankly, Copilot has been moving so fast we've mostly been busy trying to keep up. Notebooks were the next step, and like most folks, we figured we'd get to them eventually. Well, I wish we hadn't waited. And after today, I don't think you're going to want to wait either. Let me walk you through what Copilot Notebooks actually are and why the moment you understand them, the value jumps right off the page. You ever notice how old farm folks can take something complicated and explain it in a way that just hums? Like when someone leans on a fence post and says, well, you can hitch 3 horses to a wagon, but if they're not pulling in the same direction, you won't get far. That's Copilot Notebooks in a nutshell. They get all your ideas, questions, loose scraps, and half-finished thoughts, all those things managers carry around in their heads, pulling in the same direction. Most leaders I meet aren't stuck because they lack ideas. They're stuck because their ideas are scattered. On sticky notes, in emails, in their heads while they're driving, in a Word doc from last year that they forgot existed, in a Teams chat someone sent at 9:47 p.m. A notebook takes that mess and says, okay, let's slow down. Tell me what you're trying to do. Let's get all your horses pointed the same way. And then, cell by cell, question by question, it walks you through the thinking. Not rushing. Not losing track. Not forgetting what you said 5 minutes ago. And unlike regular Copilot chat, where your conversations get scattered across separate chat threads, each living in its own little silo, a notebook keeps all your thinking about this one subject together in one organized place. Every question you ask, every answer it gives, every branch you explore, it all lives in the same workspace, building on itself instead of getting lost in different conversations. So, what is a notebook, really? Forget the tech side. A notebook is a place where you do deep thinking with an assistant who never gets impatient. It's where you say, I want to rebuild my hiring process. I need a plan for onboarding in 2026. Our service department is drowning. Help me think through this. And instead of giving you surface-level answers, it creates a stable, persistent strategy space where the thinking actually matures. It becomes the place where the thinking lives. The problems notebooks solve. 1. I don't know where to start. Managers say this more than anything. A notebook turns overwhelm into a clear first step. 2. My ideas are scattered. A notebook gathers everything into one evolving, organized workspace. 3. I need deeper thinking rather than a one-off chat. Notebooks specialize in long-form reasoning, strategy, analysis, planning, decision frameworks. 4. I keep rewriting plans and losing track. A notebook remembers your whole thinking journey and updates your plan instantly when you change direction. This is why I keep saying, notebooks are not a technical feature. They're a strategic brain space. What benefits might you experience? If you're a manager or an owner, here's what people feel almost immediately. Clearer decisions. Because the thinking is fully laid out. Faster planning, hours instead of weeks. Better delegation. Here, the notebook explains everything. Less stress. The mental load finally has a home. More progress. because ideas stop stalling at 20% finished. Notebooks are like a private strategy room that follows you around and never loses anything. And once you start doing project thinking, hiring planning, process creation, or business strategy inside a notebook, you'll wonder how you ran your business without it. I hope you found today's episode inspiring and maybe even a little exciting. Because if you manage business for a living, and most of you listening do, you're going to want to check out Copilot Notebooks today. Not tomorrow. Not next month. Today. After you wrap up work this afternoon, hang around for another 30 minutes and play with a notebook. Start 1. Ask it a question you've been avoiding. Let it help you untangle something that's been stuck. Next week, we're going deeper. I'm going to show you exactly how to use a notebook to think through a real business challenge from scratch. Oh, and while the entire business world is still figuring out Copilot, AI, and notebooks, we're doing our best here at County Quest to stay on the cutting edge. If you're the kind who likes to skip the line and get to the advanced stage faster, head over to countyquest.com. We're still learning too. This technology is moving fast, but we're farther down the trail than most. And we can absolutely help you leapfrog your competitors sooner than you think. Until next week, this is Annie signing off. Have a great week.